Hi there, everyone. We're back on the stage with live coverage from E3 2008, where we're getting a live demo of Infamous. It's Sucker Punch's newest title for the PlayStation 3. I know everyone is dying to see more, so let's boot it up and get started. Jeremy?
Hey, I'm moving in.
Oh my God, I can't get rid of you.
No, you can't. Nate, this is the first time that this game has really appeared at E3. Last year there was a small teaser trailer, but this is the first big debut. What can you tell us about Infamous? What is the game about? Where does it start, and where does it take you?
Well, I think the game starts in a fashion that I'm super excited about. You put in the game, and you see this kind of pleasant city, and it says, press start to begin. You hit the start button, and the place just blows up. The city is just rocked by this huge explosion. Masonry gets flown everywhere. The camera cruises in on this crater of destruction, and in the center of this 6-block blast is one man who's unhurt. And the camera cruises in, and the player takes it from there. So they get to really experience this journey of kind of discovery of what it's like to have powers in this kind of mysterious urban landscape.
Well, the powers are actually the thing that intrigues me most about the game so far. Some early comparisons have been made to a game like Prototype, which has a somewhat similar theme, but in this game it seems to be your powers are electrical. Is that the only power you have? Can you get more powers? And how would you compare it to something like Prototype?
So our main character, Cole, he is exclusively an electrical hero, so all of his powers, of which there are many, all have an electrical vibe to them. And what's really, really cool about that is that we've kind of really focused on putting electricity integrated into the city itself. So we've rigged everything to conduct electricity, and he can pull electricity off the grid to kind of recharge a little bit. So we're trying to go very deep in the sandbox of how his powers relate to the world.
How much of an open-world game is this? Is it more linear than say something like a Grand Theft Auto, or is it of the same mold?
It's pretty similar to Grand Theft Auto, but one key difference, and you can see it being played right now, is that you have the freedom to explore not just on the ground plane, but vertically as well. Cole can climb, and he can use all of the three-dimensional jungle gym of Empire City as like cover. So you have a huge amount of freedom in what you can do with regards to this play space.
It's a pretty big departure from the Sly Cooper series. How long have you guys had this idea, and why not just make a brand new Sly instead of going into something like Infamous for the PS3 as the first project?
Well, we're really proud about Sly Cooper, as you might imagine, but we were sort of helpless at the end of Sly Cooper when we were thinking about what's next, because we're such comic book fans. We had to make a superhero game that was kind of like, you know, Manifest Destiny.
Okay.
You know? We had to do it.
So in terms of the technology and the abilities that the character have, can you give us we're seeing it on the screen right now, but what are some a nice broad overview of some of the things you can do, and what are your main goals as you play?
Well, your main goal is to find out why you have powers and what is going on in the city, because there's a large unfolding mystery, and the kind of, what was the other thing? No, I got distracted by the explosions and the pretty light.
What are your main goals from stage to stage in terms of the gameplay?
Oh, okay. Well, the city has been taken over. After the blast, there was a quarantine and a plague, and most of the cops in the city were killed. So there's a power vacuum, and a lot of gangs have moved in. And so it's been carved up into sort of like little fiefdoms of these violent little gangs who abduct people off the streets and have put the place in a form of like martial law.
Are you going to fight other superpowered characters?
Oh, you know it.
Boss battles? And...
Oh, come on. We're making a superhero game. We are going to absolutely deliver on big, epic battles with powerful villains who are iconic. And we have, like you can see on the screen right now, he just found an enemy who has powers. And this is great for us because we get to make kind of tactical combat that is really kind of different from a lot of games, because we can employ sweet stuff like powers.
So the game is due out in the spring of next year. When do you guys think you're going to start making your big push to starting to reveal a lot more? Right now I know it's just a sneak peek at E3, or do you have any plans to maybe, as we get closer to Leipzig, a little bit beyond, what's your main goal for really starting to get the most information about this game out there?
Well, you know, first and foremost, we're making a game that's about giving the player the feeling of becoming a modern-day superhero. So that's our big message right now, and the details of that are going to come
when they do.
Yeah, in a tantalizingly slow fashion.
Right.
Well, thanks so much, guys. Very impressive stuff. I know you have a plane to catch, so we're going to wrap this up for you. We've got much more demos to set up for as well, so we'll be taking a short break, and we'll be back with you shortly.